Oh, okay. So apparently it started on its own again. Oh, goodness gracious. This thing cracks me up. YouTube Studio. One day they'll get their act together. So, anyway, I'll wait a minute for people to start piling in here. If we do get many pilings. I haven't done a live stream in a while. I was sitting around and I was inspired by some of my other friends who were doing a live stream this evening. And I had some stuff I wanted to talk about. So I thought, what better way to do that than to fire up the live stream machine and get on here and talk to you guys. So, happy Wednesday. And at some point in time, I think hopefully my good friend Dan and I will bring back our Unhinged Tech Show. I would like that. That would be nice. We used to have some fun. But yeah, I got a couple of things I want to talk about, and it's really hard to condense this stuff. I mean, I can't make a million videos. Heck knows I've tried. I mean, I make a lot of videos. But yeah, so as people start to come in here, I want to talk some about the Z Flip 5G, the Z Flip 3. Hey, Ron Solo, thanks for being here. Also about the Pixel 6 and the 6 Pro. How we still don't have a Blackberry. And I know that a lot of people are probably going to want to talk about that tonight because, of course, we always talk about all things Blackberry. And also, I have another phone showing up here in a few days, and I alluded to it in my comments on the community tab section. So I'll talk about that here in a little bit as well. What is happening with the Blackberry? Well, not a whole lot right now, as you can see in the media. Now, I'm not alluding to anything going on behind the scenes. I can't really talk about what's going on with it right now, other than I can say that it's still coming. Eventually, I think Onward Mobility is going to say something. I thought that they were going to already. So one day they will. And then the whole world will know what's going on with the Blackberry. But as of right now, I can't really talk about that. But I wish it were here. And I actually have something to fill my time here in the near future because I did get a surprise Blackberry that I've been trying to track down for years. Years I've been trying to track down this phone. So I'm really, really excited about it. And I'll wait for some more people to get in here because I know other people are going to be excited about it as well. Renders look awesome for Blackberry. Well, I'm not sure what renders you're talking about. I did see some that were out there. And of course, there's this one guy, GSMaholic, that like every week comes out with this render of some supposed Blackberry that he gives a name to. But I can say that from what I've seen on the new one, it's going to be really exciting. I'm really excited about it. Uniher's Titan Pocket. So Lester, if you saw, Uniher's is actually pretty active in their social media campaign, especially on Instagram. They were showcasing some behind the scene pictures today of the manufacturing process for the Uniher's Titan Pocket. So just like they said, just like they followed through on their whole Kickstarter campaign. They said they were going to start manufacturing in August and shipping in September. So I would expect to see those start rolling out the beginning of next month, and that's really exciting because I know a lot of people are really interested in this phone, and I really enjoyed the phone, and I'm anxious for people to get it. And I want some feedback because I've been testing it. I've made like 5 or 6 videos on it. So the idea of people getting it in their hands and can like see if what I've been telling you is lined up with reality. That's always nice. Z Fold 3, Ivan Cam, my good friend. Yeah, so I'm excited about the new stuff coming out. Samsung Unpacked event, it's coming so quickly. I don't know what's going on with this year, but this year is going by like that. So I'm really, really excited. Of course, I love the Z Flip. If you pay attention to... Well, I mean, I made a video and I dropped it this morning. Also, if you pay attention to the community tab or my social media, I have another Z Flip 5G. And I got to say, I love this phone. Like, I really love this phone. It is such an amazing device. And yeah, the camera's lacking, the battery's lacking. There's a lot of compromises when it comes to this phone. Like, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I just personally like it. And then I got this guy right here, the Motorola Razer 5G. And this guy has been like a tremendous breath of fresh air. I have really enjoyed this, especially picking it up for only like $399 refurbished on eBay. I totally love this phone. So I'm all about the foldables. I know they're expensive, and that's one of the biggest hurdles right now that keeps people from getting them. But if the rumors are true, it looks like the Z Flip 3 might come in around like $10.99. So if that happens, that's going to make it a lot more affordable for people, especially in the payment plan department, and especially because Samsung is allowing multiple device trade-ins for the first time ever, and that's really exciting. And I've actually got a link down in the description. So the whole reserve process, it's a reservation for a pre-order, and you can go there and you can sign up for free. And what it does is it gives you basically, you know, I guess first dibs. Once the pre-orders go live, you'll get an email. You get up to an extra $100 trade-in depending on what you're trading in. You also get a free 1 year of insurance on the Z Flip or the Z Fold, which is really big, saves you money too, like $150. And you also get an extra free surprise gift or whatever, which I think is probably going to end up being the Galaxy Buds Pro 2, which the Galaxy Buds Pro are really good. I love them. So the Galaxy Buds Pro 2, I actually saw something today on them that really was like, what the heck are these people doing? They're supposedly rated IPX2. I'm fairly certain that I could throw a rock in the water and it would be IPX2 splash resistant. So I don't I don't know why you would even say it's rated IPX2. It's anything's rated IPX2 basically. A lot of people talking already. So let me address some of this stuff. Any good recommendations on a minimalist phone? Need one to cut down on social media while I wait for BlackBerry? I would recommend the Pixel 4a probably. The Pixel 4a is a great phone, and you can pick it up very inexpensively. Parent tailor it down, take the stuff off you don't want. Of course, it's still a Google phone, but you're kind of in that department already if you're going to use a modern smartphone. Hertz Titan Pocket, yep. Z Fold 3, Pixel 6 Pro. Really excited about the Pixel stuff. That came out of nowhere. Like, I really wasn't expecting to wake up and like all of this Pixel fanfare. I'm really excited about it. Also, this new Tensor chip they have coming. Whereas BlackBerry 5G, will it be coming before Christmas? That I can't speak to. Hopefully, Allmore Mobility will say something soon. Do you think we'd be able to buy directly from Allmore Mobility to not have to go through carrier? So, to my knowledge, it will be a global unlocked device, and I'm expecting it to be available at least on Amazon. It's probably going to be available, I mean, maybe Best Buy. Don't quote me on that, but it should be available through non-carrier channels. Of course, that's usually the default. What we can't guarantee is carrier support, but I know, and in what they were talking about in the past, they are engaged in talks with all major U.S. carriers, I think North American carriers. So my hope is to see this in an AT&T store, in a T-Mobile store, in a Verizon store, and I don't know if I'm giving away the keys to the city, but I will say that from what I know on my end, that there is actually tremendous carrier interest. There are a lot of carriers are really interested in this phone, like really interested. So if that tells you anything, I think we'll see it with major carriers. But yeah, by default, it should be unlocked. You should get an unlocked model available through at least Amazon, I would imagine. I don't know if Allmore Mobility is going to have an actual like sale website. They'll probably contract it through a third party, and with the way their website goes right now anyway, I almost prefer that. So if they're watching this, sorry guys, but hopefully there will be a good way to get this online. I would imagine Amazon. That'd be a good guess. How's the battery life on the Razer? So it's about good enough to get me through the day. I'm getting about 3.5 hours before I hit like the 15-20% mark. Maybe it might stretch out to 4 hours. Still, the Z Flip 5G does seem to edge it out by about 45 minutes to an hour on the max side. So I was really surprised by that. I was expecting a little bit better with the Snapdragon 765G, but it just hasn't come to fruition. So, but I love the phone though, really good. It'll probably get most people through a normal day. Using pure logic and connecting the dots of what you've seen and heard, is it safe to assume the new BlackBerry still arrives in 2021? We're hanging by a thread here in the physical keyboard world. Using pure logic and connecting the dots, unfortunately, you need information to make assessments and, basically calculations with numbers and things like that. I don't know exactly when it would be safe to say that. I mean, I'm waiting for Allmore Mobility to come out and make some sort of a public statement, so that way I can talk about it more. As of right now, I can't talk about that. But hopefully, the sooner the better, of course. I wonder if Google will accept a trade-in for a Pixel 3. I'm sure they probably will, but yeah, they're probably going to give you maybe like $100 for it. Taryn, let me see. I hope the screen is drastically improved. My wife has 2 2s here. Yeah, I expect the screen to be better. So exciting things. like I said, we've got the Z Flip 3 and the Z Fold 3, and I actually saw a teaser trailer here, like right before I started the live stream, and it looks really cool. Like, they don't show the device, but it's kind of like this whole thing, and it shows these form factors going by, like the old flip phones, the old keyboard phones, and it's like, you know, things always get better, things get better, things get better, you know, and as we get newer, better things, you know, we can't go backwards. So, of course, they're pushing really, really hard, Samsung is, with the Z Fold 3 and the Z Flip 3. Like, they really, really want people to buy these. And, of course, there's a major chip shortage around the world right now. And we're waiting to see, you know, basically waiting to see what happens. But it looks like, I mean, basically they scrapped the Note. So there's not going to be a Note, which a lot of people are kind of upset about. And then when it comes to the Z Flip and the Z Fold, like, they're really pushing these full throttle. They've got this great program with, if you pre-order and reserve, they also have multiple device trade-ins. They're probably going to give you a bunch of money for your previous phone. That's usually how it works. If you have a flagship phone like that's a year old or so, they're like $650, $750 trade-in. Plus, if you do the reservation pre-order thing, up to maybe an additional extra $100 for trading in. I imagine that's top tier. Like, if they're saying they'll give you up to an extra $100, that to me says like Z Flip and Z Fold, maybe Ultra. If you're talking like an S10, an S20, maybe an S21, you're probably not getting an extra $100 on top of that. You're probably getting like an extra $60 or something. Samsung is always very, very, very nice when it comes to trade-in stuff, especially trading it in through them. And they usually have good trade-in deals through carriers as well. So I would expect they're trying to make these the most widely available, widely accepted phones that they've had in a while. And I was looking at some numbers the other day, and basically, especially I think it was Q2 results, Samsung is like not good. It's ugly. So they're in a free fall, for a lack of better words. And then Xiaomi is like going up, and Apple is going up, and Samsung is just, the S21 they came out and said is doing terrible. The S20 didn't do great. And now talking about, of course, the new ones. It's like there's a lot of concern out there. And, of course, they're the biggest one on the market when it comes to foldables. But if you're looking to get one, and I actually released a video today, and I was talking about how this phone right here is actually still really good. Like I said that I could still use the Z Flip 5G for another year. I could still use the Motorola Razer for another year. Like, no problem. Probably 2 years. So that says a lot, I think, about the device. I think that they're really solid working. And then also looking at the new one, if you can wait 6 months to get a Z Flip 3, you can get one of these things dirt cheap. I mean, their phones, especially the Z Flips, you can get them brand new and renewed for like $700 a lot of places now. So they've basically gone down by like 50%. And I've said this before, if you can wait, you can always get a way better deal. Wait 4 to 6 months, wait till the next year, you can get some really good deals. So if you're on the fence about it, it gives you time to wait and see. Of course, you do miss out on the better trade-in offers, but what's a trade-in offer when you can get it for half off, 6 to 12 months later? So there's a balancing act there that goes on. Just came in. What's up, Kidel Santiago? Hey, not a lot. What's up? I'm a Steaky Hobo 10th, an option for phone minimalism. Hey, here's one. So if you really want to go phone minimalism, if you basically just want Signal and texting on your phone, and I think there's another app you can get, check out the Punked MP02 phone. And they actually collaborated with Blackberry before on it for some of the back-end security stuff. The Punked PUNKT MP02, it just got Signal support, so you can even communicate very securely on it, and it basically looks kind of like a calculator, but like a phone. And I tried to get one from them before, and chats kind of just fell to the wayside. It's been out for a little while, but it's really an interesting phone. Like, go check it out. PUNKT. I'll type it. Getting the typing field, I guess, would help first. PUNMP02. Let me see. Will there be a Razer 5G versus Z Flip video coming soon? Yes, there will be. Probably. I plan on releasing it before the Unpacked event. Like, I just got this in 2 days ago. I just got it set up, and I've been using it. I've got my primary SIM in there right now. So I would expect to probably the next 3 or 4 days. Like, this is probably going to be a weekend one. I've actually got to get off here in a little bit. Like, I could not find my streaming card. I haven't used it for the life of me. So I really wanted to go live. I got everything set up. I wanted to start like 30 minutes ago, and I couldn't find it. I have to go do a sleep study in like an hour and 15 minutes. So I have to leave promptly at 10 to go do that, which I'm really not looking forward to, but whatever. Yeah, so I will have a Z Flip versus Motorola because, of course, importantly, the new Z Flip 3 is coming out. People want to know how well these guys right here stack up, and you guys know that I like the flip phones. I really do enjoy them, so I'm actually really excited about it. One of the things that's holding me back on that is I've got to get out and take some pictures because I want to do some picture samples so I can show you guys, hey, this is what you get with the primary camera on the Razer. This is the primary camera on the Z Flip. And all that good stuff. So I really want to take the time to give you all a really good quality review. Do you have any info on the new Pixel 5G modems? I don't, Gerald. I was actually concerned about that, or curious, because with a lot of these Qualcomm chips, it's been their modem built into the chip in the SoC. Now, if we look back a little bit farther with the 855 Plus, or the 865 was a separate. I think it was a separate modem, a separate chip with that X1 modem, and now, from what I'm hearing, it looks like there's a collaboration between Pixel and Samsung for the designing of the chip. I don't know if it's going to be a Samsung modem. I don't know if it's going to be a Qualcomm modem. I actually have concerns about that because we all know how bad the Intel modems were with Apple and how bad the modem even is now in this new M1 chip. So I'm hoping it's got a good modem. I'm hoping that they still partner with Qualcomm on that. That would be ideal because the Qualcomm modems are the best ones in the business right now and the most experienced with 5G. Yeah, I am upset, Ivan, that they got rid of the Note. Like, it's really offensive to me. Like, I would rather... It's like a halfway thing that they've done with the S21, and then, of course, they've got... the stylus support, but it's not even an internal compartment. You have to put it in a case on the side, hold it, put it in your pocket, whatever. I don't like that. I think that's cheap. I think that's it's just kind of a... It's not a good way of doing things. It's cooler that it has support. I don't think it's a replacement for the Note, though. I really don't. So I am upset they got rid of that. I would honestly rather them, like, just do a Note. Like, do the Note and, like, a Note Ultra instead of an S and an S21. And, like, have the foldables in the fall. Have the Note series in the spring. I think people are more interested in the Note than they are the S series, because the Note is essentially an S series phone that's more boxy, has curved edges, and has a stylus that goes inside the compartment. I think we still need that, especially since the alternative is the folds are so expensive. And I talked about this in a video the other day. Yeah, the Note's going away, at least now, but the alternative, yeah, it's cool they've got stylus support, the S Pen for the Fold 3, but you're going to be paying like $500, $600, $700 more money, and that's not a fair trade-off to me. I don't care for it. Hey Ed, thanks for being here tonight. Sorry for the no notice. Like I said, this was a last minute thing. I was like, gosh darn it, I want to go stream. So I just came in here and clicked the button. So I apologize to everyone who didn't get notice. I'll try to do better about that in the future. They need to be a Z Flip 3 5G Ultra Pro Max Edition. I would like that. What concerns me about the upcoming Z Flip 3 is that supposedly it still has the same battery that's in this sucker, which is a 3,300 milliamp battery. With the Snapdragon 865 Plus, it gets me about 4 to 4.5 hours of screen on time, which is about enough to get through the day, but it needs to be better, especially since they're talking about adding an enhanced refresh rate. So if we're looking at 120 hertz refresh rate, that's going to eat up the battery. Plus, the Snapdragon 888 series is less power efficient than the 865 Plus, at least from my experience. So I'm expecting battery life to be worse on the new phone, and that's concerning to me because I love the phone so much. I like the new things, but I want the battery to last, and software is just not cutting it. Samsung's One UI is not good at managing the battery, especially after the experience I've had with the S21 Ultra, which has been utterly terrible. Even with a 5,000 milliamp battery, I'm getting like, or is it 4,500? I can't remember. I think it went back to 5,000. I haven't looked at the specs in so long. It gets like 3.5, 4 hours screen on time for me, when it should be, when I first got it, it was getting like 8, and One UI has totally messed it up. Mark Kilmesh, Ivan and TechOdyssey chatting. Yes, Ivan and I, we are great friends. We talk all the time. So maybe one day I'll do a live stream and he can come on and join me and we could talk about tablets, because that's definitely his forte. But if you're definitely interested in tablets, I don't know if he's got a video coming out. I did see today that they're talking about pre-orders going on sale tomorrow in the US for the Samsung Galaxy Tab S7 Fan Edition, which mostly looks like a terrible deal to me. Like, I don't know why this tablet exists. It's way too expensive to be a light. It's not really a light, but if you can get the Tab S7 basically for the same price right now, it's an overall better tablet. So I don't really know why it exists. Joe, Motorola, do you recommend their phones? I'm thinking of getting the Edge 20. I don't know enough about the Edge 20. I really liked the Motorola Edge and Edge Plus this last year. What really irritates me about them is they like to do this Verizon exclusive stuff first. Or either unlock the Verizon exclusive. It's not something you can just like walk into T-Mobile or AT&T and get. So I really wanted the Motorola Edge Plus, but I couldn't get one unlocked. So I was like, well, I'm not going to waste my money on that. And it was actually one of the more interesting flagships I saw this last year. So I don't know. I do like Motorola. I like some of the things that they're doing. Some of the mid-tier phones they have are good, and you can get them at good prices. They price drop pretty quick. And as far as availability, you can get most of them unlocked or buy them at Best Buy. Best Buy's actually got a pretty good selection. I didn't think highly of the Motorola Edge. The Edge Plus I did like a lot. So I still may pick one up at some point just for my own gee whiz. Kia, too technical. I did see your DM. I'm sorry. I was just starting this for the live stream, so I'll check in with you later. Regarding the Key 2's keyboard from Jonathan Cost, I find the symbols really difficult as they're small and gray. Have you ever thought this? I actually find them pretty easy. If you haven't typed on an older BlackBerry, then you probably don't understand that pain. But the Key 2 is the largest keyboard that we've got on a non-3-row keyboard, which was the only one being the Passport. It's a really good keyboard. So if you're having trouble with that, having a smaller keyboard would probably be more concerning. But I haven't had that problem personally. As you use it and get more experience with it, you kind of get used to it by memory. And then I think it's easier and flows better that way. Augustino, hello from Europe. Zachy 101, there's supposed to be better cooling on the Fold 3, which I've heard will improve performance and battery life. Yes, the problem with the current S21 Ultra is that it uses the primary core too much, and it overheats. It uses a lot of power all the time, and the funny thing is it's in like I can't remember what the mode is called. Basically, it runs in a efficiency mode straight out of the box. You have to go into the battery settings and turn it off to get full throttle. So even with their power efficiency mode, I can't remember what it's called, it's not that great. So I do expect, I didn't really have any heat problems with the Z Fold 2. Increased cooling is always better, especially when it comes to these new 888 processors, because they do have a tendency to run hot and use the primary core too much. And nobody's been able to really figure that out yet. I mean, Samsung's been trying, OnePlus tried. I mean, they throttled the phones for a lot of apps without telling people. So I still have problems with that. But it's just one of those things. That's going to help some. But during just normal day-to-day stuff, I don't really notice heating issues. So I don't think it's going to impact the battery life that much. Big tip, Tony. Yes, we do need BlackBerry ASAP more than ever. Best deal you've ever got on a used phone, Michael. I don't know. Well, probably the BlackBerry Passport I bought for like $90 a couple months ago. I bought that second BlackBerry Passport and I got it for like maybe it was like 120, $100 or something. Somebody really didn't understand what they were selling, so I did get a good deal on that. I got a really good deal on this Motorola Razer 5G at $399. It's in immaculate shape, so I have no complaints there whatsoever. Terrence, yes, it's good. It's reassuring. And when I've talked to On Mobility and with the interest that there is in the private and the public sector and the carriers, it's very reassuring. Retethered, typical Samsung. They create something great with the Galaxy F20 FE, really popular, then they forget they made it and introduced. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like the S20 FE was such a good phone. And now looking at the Tab S7 FE, it just looks like a cash grab to me. It's like, here, we've got these chips laying around. We're going to use them. We're going to do something with this. I feel like they're lost with that one and just trying to make money. I feel like they aren't really making an S7 Lite. I thought they were going to, and it looks like they're just going to push this thing out and charge more money for it. Leetronics, bring back the Passport. One can only wish. I would love a refreshed Passport. Like, I'm really like secretly hoping that Unihertz will make a slimmed down version that's more like the Passport and less like the big bulky Titan. Like, that would be cool. I would like that. Let me see here. I'm hoping the rumors about a foldable Pixel are true. I think they are true. I think that one of the delays on it, I think they were going to try and put it out earlier and decide to cancel it because of their shift to this new Tensor chipset that they have in-house. I'm kind of expecting it in the spring. I'm expecting it maybe around like March would be my guess if we end up getting it before next fall. What I'm really interested in right now is if we're going to see a Duo 2 and when. Like, there are so many ways that Microsoft could improve that and make it substantially better. Like, I'm really hoping to see that one. I hope it sees a light of day. I really like what they did with the Duo. I didn't like the execution. I like the concept. And I think it could be way better if they make it as good as I think that it can be. Samsung's latest Chromebook, also a cash grab. Yeah, the latest Chromebook, I am not happy with at all. I would take the first generation any day over the second generation. The only nice thing about Samsung is their stuff drops in price so quickly. So you can get one for like $399 with an i3 in it, which I think is a decent deal. I've never heard Samsung use the S. Yeah, I think, well, Fan Edition has been used before the S20, but it's not something like, I think there was an S10 Fan Edition. There might have been one before that, but maybe the S10 Fan Edition was the first one, and it just really wasn't impressive. It was finally, like, they've used Fan Edition before, and then finally, like, oh, they did it with the Note 7. So they made the Note 7. The Note 7 was an explosive hit, and then they recall all of them. And then they released another F7 that started only, I think, maybe only in South Korea, but they called it the FE, which was the Fan Edition. We jokingly called it the Fire or the Flame Edition. Flammable Edition, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, there's a history with using the FE name with Samsung. And usually it means crap. Like, usually Fan Edition means not good, which is why I was so surprised when the S20 was such a big hit. I'm actually kind of looking forward to the S21 FE, and it wouldn't surprise me if it sells more than the S21. Like, it really wouldn't at all. And I think they need to ditch the whole S21, S21 Plus, S21 Ultra. Like, just go with 2. They're making too many models and clearly aren't selling. What name would you choose for the new BlackBerry? I'm still sticking by the Odyssey. And if Alma Rebuilding ends up watching this, they know that I've already made that sales pitch, but we'll see what happens. I do have a couple other names that I've thought of, but I think the Odyssey is a good one. Yeah, they had the Note FE as well. Yeah, the Note 7 FE. Would you use the Wi-Fi only fold to fill the gap between the Tab S to 8-inch? I'm confused by what you mean by that. Could you rephrase that, Mark? Yeah, so lots of exciting things. The Pixel 6, the Pixel 6 Pro, looks like they're probably going to be out around October. They said this fall. So we've got, coming in August, they're fixing to announce the Flip 3 and the Fold 3. We'll get those. A couple weeks later, we'll get the announcement for the iPhone. So then we'll get the iPhone 13 or 12S or whatever it's called, which that's going to be, of course, exciting for people who care about iPhone. And then we're going to move over to the Pixel in October. So it's like August, September, October, November. I counted too fast. August, September, October are going to be really exciting after this long drought, and I'm 100% here for it. And thanks, CJ Howard. I totally appreciate that for the super chat. Totally unnecessary. I don't ask for super chats on here. I know it's an option, and whenever people do, I really appreciate it. I'm just happy to get on here and talk with you guys. I know it's been too long, so hopefully I can start streaming more soon. I would really like to get back to doing that at least once a week, maybe once every other week. It'd be nice to get on here and chat with you guys. It's nice to be able to field all these questions. John Welch, hey, hello, Dr. Pessima. BlackBerry Phoenix. The Phoenix could work. I mean, you talk about rebirth and all that good stuff. I mean, there is some symbolism there that I could get behind. Is a Pixel wireless charger worth $36? Absolutely not. The only reason I can say that it is, I believe if you're using a Pixel phone, it turns your phone into like a smart display. But any other phone, I think it just is just a regular charger, and you can get those pretty darn cheap. Retethered tech. Finally, we're getting new tech. Yes, it has been a long time. Like, we got the OnePlus 9 and 9 Pro in what, February, March time frame. We got April, May, June, July, August, like 5 months with nothing. Like nothing. It's a long time. And Yeah, I mean, you can call it, there was a Sony and like I mean, there's been some minor phone launches, but as far as like major domestic phones that we rely on, normally the LG phone would come out around April, and historically, like the Pixel Lite stuff would come out around the summertime. But I don't even know if we're getting the Pixel 5a at this point. Like, where's it at? I'm expecting it to either show up in the next few weeks or just not show up at all. Haha, no, I see what you're trying to do there, Junk Food Junction. No, it was not a slip. This was awesome. Yes, thanks, Mark. I'm having a great time as well. Hopefully y'all are. What happened to the live stream with Dan? Well, he turned into a loser, and he never wanted to live stream anymore. So I'm like, whatever, dude, your own life decision. Go eat fried chicken on Wednesday night, and maybe we'll still play Call of Duty together. I'm hoping that he's actually going through a realignment with his channel right now, and he's talking about switching over to a Google-only primary channel and making a secondary channel for his audio, which good for him. He loves Google stuff, so it would be nice to see him make some quality Google stuff, unlike that Scott Peachy who makes crap Google stuff. You can go to his channel and tell him I said that. I thought maybe he would be lurking in here tonight. I'm just waiting for him to pop up in the chat because I do like to go hang out in his live stream. And that's kind of what inspired me to hop on here tonight. I was having a good time hanging out over there with them and harassing them while they talked and stuff. But you can go to his channel. Technically speaking, this guy right here. Let me see if he may have his own URL. Yeah, go tell him I said he sucks. Tell him TechOdyssey said, Scott Peachy, you suck. And Dan's going to make better Google content than you. Does the Priv need a specific wireless charger to work? I want to know from my Priv. I'm trying to remember if all models even support wireless charging. It's been so long. I never had wireless charging back then. Actually, I used it on my Passport, my AT&T version. Priv wireless charger. All the ones from Shop Blackberry. So if yours supports it, if you can just get any regular USB like wireless charger. It's not a quick charging. It's not a quick charging one. It's just a regular 5-watt. So I mean, you could go that route, especially if you're having problems with the charger charging port. Catalytic 37, really enjoy your BlackBerry coverage. My Key 2 mic died, and the bridge phone is a Pixel 4 XL. That is a good bridge phone. I miss my Pixel 4 XL. Like, I love that phone. I didn't like the battery life. It really hurt my feelings that Pixel went the route they did with the 765G and the smaller phone. I loved the form factor on the Pixel 4. It was very good, but there was just too small of a battery. It was like 2,750 milliamps or whatever. So it was not good. Like, I was getting like 2 hours and 45 minutes of screen on time, but I loved the phone. And then they fixed it with some software updates subsequently. But overall, when looking at the Pixel 5, I think it was just a transitionary phone. And I talked about this a long time ago, and because I knew they were up to something. And I'm very happy to see that this is a return to form with the Pixel 6 and the 6 Pro. I expect them to be expensive, but I expect them to be very good. I mean, we're talking up to 12 gigabytes of RAM, which is just crazy. Honestly, your video on Mini getting a bridge phone had me going, that's me. Oh, cool. Yeah, I actually plan on making a video about that soon, because of course, for those of us who are BlackBerry fans, especially using a BlackBerry 10 phone or an older one that doesn't support voice over LTE, you know, what are some good phones that are not expensive that you could switch over to as like a fill in the go, a bridge phone, as you will, to continue using and save some money. So I plan on talking about that. Yes, Zawicki 101. So help me, it better come with the charger. If I'm spending like basically still $2,000, that sucker better come with the charger, or I will like tell Samsung they suck on social media. Like, it's unacceptable to have a phone that expensive with no charger. Like, it's unacceptable to me to have any phone without a charger. That's like going to the dealership and buying a car. Like, this, and no way of putting gas in it. It's like, here, yeah, you can get it off the lot if you go buy a gas can first and then come back and fill it up. Like, it's totally unacceptable to me that they do that. And they're not saving that much money. Clean 937 Samuel, hey, welcome for being here. Using the emoji, that's cool too. The very few little emojis that I have, I need to make some more. Star Jared, hey, welcome, glad to have you here. Sierra Jet 702. Yeah, only the US models. So basically, if you get one of the ones if you bought it from Shop Blackberry, you should be good, and the AT&T one should be good as well. Do I have a secret review unit of the upcoming Blackberry? No, I don't. I would imagine that I'll probably be one of the first ones to get one once it does come available, but I don't have it currently. I wish. But oh yeah, so I meant to tell you guys on a review for nerds. Hello, thanks for being here tonight as well. Yeah, the Pixel 5 is a great phone, and it's going to be a good phone for years. But for those of us who are like diehard, like flagship Pixel phone users, it just doesn't give you that same level of satisfaction. Even though it's very capable, very good phone. Like, I have nothing bad to say about it. Good price point, good power, good performance, good cameras, good everything. Improved video. And the dual speaker setup kind of sucks because of the conduction speaker to the screen. But, yeah. Anyway, so, let me see, 35 minutes here. I got about 15 minutes left before I got to start getting ready to wrap up. I have a new BlackBerry coming in, but it's not the one that you think. It's not the new Augmented Mobility one. It actually came out in 2018. I finally got my hands on a Blackberry Evolve X. Yes, I was able to finally find a Blackberry Evolve X. I bought it with my hard-earned money. It will be here in the next few days. So I'm really excited about that because this one, if you don't know about the Evolve and the Evolve X, so whenever BlackBerry came out with their licensing agreement, they did their BlackBerry mobile thing. They licensed to TCL for global. They licensed to Maraputa, how we pronounce it, in Indonesia. And they licensed to Optimus in India. And the one under the Optimus license in India, there was supposed to be a dual launch of the Evolve and the Evolve X. The Evolve X never really seemed to happen. There was like a few limited models they seemed to be made. The Evolve was made, wasn't marketed, wasn't supported, never really got any updates. I don't know. I mean, that license is still active. I mean, Optimus could still develop another BlackBerry if they wanted to. And I don't know why they don't, especially because BlackBerry's popular in India, Indonesia, Malaysia. Like over there, they're really popular. So I don't know. No. It's an Evolve X. So there are very few of these things. I don't even know where or how they ever came to fruition. But this one has a Snapdragon 660. It's got the dual cameras on it. It's got 6 gigs of RAM. Like, I know somebody else who actually got one too, and they pointed me in the direction. I don't know how this person got them. I don't know how it ended up on eBay. But yeah, I've been trying to get my hands on one for a long time, and I finally did. It cost me about $400, which was actually a little bit cheaper than what I expected. But yeah, it should be here the next couple of days, and I'm really excited about checking it out. I mean, the Evolve was cool. This one is actually going to be usable, like more usable. It's got a Snapdragon 660 in it, just like the Key 2 and all that good stuff. So that's something I wanted to share with you guys here on the live stream. I do actually have a Blackberry Messenger group. For those of you who are not in the group, those of you who are not using it, or those of you who didn't know, you can still use Blackberry Messenger. You can get BBME, which is Blackberry Messenger Enterprise. You have to pay for it, but they give you a free year trial on Android and Apple. So if you want to join, we got like 58 or 60 people in there that we hang out and talk. So if you want like daily chat and ask questions and BS and shoot the breeze with a bunch of other TechOdyssey, community people, that's the name of it. You can join BBME and you can sign up and join the community. It's open for anybody. It's not invitation, none of that stuff. It's free and open. It is the name of the channel is TechOdyssey Community, and my name is just TechOdyssey, so you can find me on BlackBerry Messenger anyway. I don't know. Maybe I can type the pin in here. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. I'm not that well versed with it, so with as far as the pin stuff. I always hated the pin stuff whenever it came to BlackBerry Messenger. So let me see. I can see the picture. I'm trying to. There's a group chat URL. I mean, I've got a QR code. Just search for TechOdyssey Community, 2 words. And if you can't find it, then just message me on the community tab on YouTube, or message me, ping me on Twitter, and I'll share it with you. But either way, yes, you can hop on there and join the chat. I want to hear new BlackBerry news. I don't have any new BlackBerry news. I'm really still waiting for Augmented Mobility to come out and make some sort of a statement. There are things going on with them right now. Very important stuff. Once they're able to finally talk about it, it's going to be exciting. Unfortunately, as we have all realized, it's, clearly the phone's not here yet, and there's no timeline update from them on when it's going to be available. But I can say, from what I know about it, my experience and information on the device is going to be amazing. It's going to be very, very, very good. Like I saw it, and at least saw the workup stuff a long time ago, and the information on it, I was like, wow, this is really cool. So if anything, I can tell you from what I know, it's still happening. There are actually stuff going on behind the scenes that they're working on, and it's going to happen. Unfortunately, it just didn't meet the original timeline. Wonder if the new BlackBerry will be out before or after the Pixel 6. I don't know. Core BlackBerry enthusiasts should be more patient with the new phone. Here's the thing. I mean, I get the frustration, and I'm frustrated. I mean, I want the phone. I wanted the phone when it was supposed to be here. I want the phone as much as anybody. I love BlackBerry, clearly. But it would be nice if it were here like it was supposed to be. People are legitimately entitled to be upset about this, I think. I mean, the company clearly didn't deliver like they said they were going to. We're in a bad pickle. Those of us who are using these phones as a daily driver, those of you who are, I mean, what are you going to go to? And then it's like, well, what if you go buy a phone and then it comes out and you're locked into an agreement? Of course, the 2G, 3G going away, BlackBerry 10 reaching end of life. There are a lot of variables out there right now, and the phone coming out when it was supposed to was going to be amazing because it was going to fix all those problems. And it's not here. Those problems still exist. I can only add contacts on BBM by barcode pin. I'm trying to figure out what the pin is. I can invite people who I'm already friends with. I don't know what the pin is for the actual chat group. So I'm trying to find right now. Let me see if I can send it to myself on Twitter, and then I'll post it here. Let me try and do this real quick. I'm sorry for the disruption in the chat. I'll just send it to Dan, and then he'll be like, why are you sending me this garbage? All right, so I sent it to myself on Twitter. Wherever my Twitter window is. I'm sorry, there's a lot of moving parts going on right now. And I'll post this so y'all can try and... All right, this, I think this will work. We'll see. Try that. Maybe that will work. I love your tech. Tallest fan. Thank you, TJ. Appreciate it. Hopefully that helps. Staying off hardware for a second to software. Her BME is quite the underrated secure chat app. Yeah, I use it all the time. Of course, Ron Solo, you're in there. So you know all that. Too many remote controllers. I'm having a glass of wine. Anyone care to join? I drink every time I hear BlackBerry. I have a Coca-Cola right now, original taste, and that's what I'm drinking this evening. Zawicki, I expect it to. I don't expect them to do any getting rid of the concierge service. That really is a big selling point, especially because of the warranty and the security that you get from being able to call somebody 7 days a week and send it in and all that stuff. Cider for tonight. Oh, cider's good sometimes. If you're talking about cider beer, I can still remember the first time I encountered cider beer. I was actually deployed when I was 18, right after I turned 18. And I was in a country called Oman. And over there it was cool because the drinking age, of course, is 21 in the United States. But in other countries, that was the rules that we went by back then. So I remember I got off the plane. I walked into the tent to do my own processing and get signed in. I left out of there with a tent assignment and a beer card so I could go get beer. So back then it was you could get 3 drinks a day. And it's way more strict now. But I was not in an active combat zone. I was in a hazardous duty area, but not in a combat zone. So they allowed us 3 drinks a day, but I guess I can't get in trouble for this. Usually I just gave them to other people and like, here, you can have my drinks. Because I didn't drink back then because I was 18. But I did on a few occasions try something. And I tried this stuff called Strongbow, which is like a cider beer. And holy smokes, that one will take care of you pretty good. I have never really redeveloped a taste for cider beer, if that's any indication of how well it went. But when I first started drinking, it was good. When will the Unihertz Pocket be available? So they went into production now this month. They are supposed to be getting shipped out starting in September. I would imagine that around then that they will go on sale on their website just like the Titan did previously. Catalyst. Strongbow. Oh, goodness gracious. Yeah, I had a buddy that I was deployed with too, and he loved him some Strongbow, and he had way too much Strongbow one night, and I think somebody found him next to his tent. It was interesting. I wish sometime that I could just sit around and talk about all my old military stories. I had a lot of good times. There was a lot of shenanigans when I was in the military. But I deployed 3 times, lots of training. There's always a good time to be had. I enjoyed my time in the military for the most part. Thank you for your service. I appreciate it. I hear people with mini LOC got sent to deployment real fast. Do I think there will be a Pixel 5a? They're supposed to be. I don't know if they ended up scrapping it or what's going on with it, but I've expected it at any time now. If it shows up, I expect in the next couple of weeks. If we don't have it by September, I'm going to say it's probably canceled or they're going to push it back. And I don't really know what's going on there. I expected it more around the July time frame, and now here we are in August. So I think it's important that they get this generational upgrade over the 4A. We'll see what happens, but I think it might still happen. I'm really confused why it's not here yet, really. Hey, Adam, when On-Mobility, On-Mobility said the pre-commitment program generated a metric of 32 phones. Is that on the top of their government contracts? This is specifically from that program, from the pre-commitment they have on there. And they actually messaged me the other day. There was originally 4,000 signups when I made that video. The next day or two, there were 7,000. And then by the next weekend, they sent me a message and said, hey, we're up to over 11,000 entries on that pre-commitment program that they set up. And the numbers were astoundingly higher. And those numbers, so when you look at the numbers like 1 to 5 devices, 5 to 10, 6 to 10, whatever the numbers are, if you take the low end, so if you take the 1, the 6, the 10, whatever the low end on those brackets were is what came up to that roughly 32,000 phones. And when I last talked to them, it was way, way higher. And I know that when we're talking about hundreds of thousands and millions of units and stuff like that, it's good. I mean, from a grassroots level, like no notice, it just popped up. They didn't announce it because it wasn't ready yet, and somebody found it. Like that, I think speaks volumes about the level of interest still in this device. Joe, it was still 18 for both cigarettes and alcohol when I joined the military. So when I joined in 2001, you couldn't buy smokes. You could have when you were deployed, but I didn't smoke, so I never actually looked at the prices. I take that back though. I did buy like a Black and Mild once or twice when I was overseas because people had cigars and stuff and would sit out sometimes. But yeah, I didn't really buy cigarettes back then, so I don't know. And then also, when it comes to alcohol, when you were deployed, if it were a country that were 18 and up, you could get it there. It's since changed a lot now, though. Like even now in the military, I think they don't allow you to. Well, it matches the state laws. They raise it to 21 for cigarettes. So it's still. I mean, I don't want to get on a soapbox here, but it's very frustrating to me that at 17 years old, you can sign up and join the military and go fight for your country. And you can die and you can carry a gun and have all this responsibility, but you can't buy alcohol or cigarettes. I have something that's just something fundamentally that I think is wrong, that you can't exercise those rights, but you're protecting all of them. Anyway, so go back to tech. I hope you remember, yes, Sunit, you were rooting for me, and I'm really looking forward to this device. It should be here in the next couple of days. Yes, so yes, Jonathan, yeah, if y'all do sign up for it, I'm really hoping, I hope for the best. I really hope these guys really use this as an avenue to get information out there. And just a small tidbit, it was originally designed for small business, not necessarily individuals, and just everybody hopped on board. So that's why when you look there, clearly me or you or no normal person is going to go buy like 20,000, 10,000 worth of Blackberries or 500 units. But that's why those numbers are so high for people who are curious about that. That's also why there was 2 typos. Also with the not capitalizing the second B in the Blackberry. It wasn't ready yet. So people were looking at that and going, "Why are there errors here? Why did not they not tell us about this?" It wasn't supposed to be. They had it available, unlisted, basically, kind of. I mean, you could click on the link, I guess, which I think was an oversight, but it wasn't. That's why we hadn't heard anything about it. They hadn't pushed it out. No BlackBerry in the next few days, Matt03. I wish. Do I have an old BlackBerry Flip or a Curve? I don't. I do have my old 7100G right here that I keep on my desk to remember my roots. This was my very, very first ever BlackBerry. This is not the original one I had. This is one I got subsequently later because I didn't hang on to it for 16 years. But I actually took it to Iraq with me, hoping that I was going to be able to use it on one of their networks, and that didn't work out. But yeah, I mean, I've been using BlackBerry since 2005. Anyway, I'm about to have to hop off here because I got to get going to this appointment tonight. I do see we have 84 viewers right now, 35 likes. If y'all could please do me a kind favor and hit the like button before y'all shove off for the evening. It really does, supposedly. I hear all the sales pitches. It's supposed to help with the metrics and to pop up to let people know that they liked it. If you enjoyed the time here, hit the like button. If you're new here and this is your first time stopping by and you had a good time and you like the information, hit the subscribe button. I'm glad to have new people on board already. I'm glad to have new people on board all the time. And always putting out BlackBerry content. I'm putting out content all the time. The other reason I wanted to do this tonight is because I'm not going to be able to put out a video in the morning. I don't have one available. I burned through those last week while I was on vacation with my kids. So no video tomorrow. Live stream tonight, which is what you got. Hopefully people will watch us tomorrow and catch the repeat and enjoy it. But that's about it for tonight. If you have any last minute questions, you go ahead and fire them off. But otherwise, I'm fixing to have to sign off of here because I got to get going quick. I got an appointment. I got this sleep study to go to at 10:30, which is going to be a lot of fun, I'm sure. It's not an enjoyable thing. But, well, I guess that's about it. Nothing really popping up here. So thanks a lot, guys, for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Thanks for spending your time here. Hopefully I answered some questions and gave y'all some good information and had a good time. It's always great to chat with you folks, and I certainly appreciate what y'all do for showing up for the channel, for watching the videos, and for taking the time to comment and feedback and all that other great stuff. So thanks a lot. Y'all have a wonderful night. I will see y'all with another video on tomorrow's Thursday. There will be a video Friday morning. So expect that Friday morning, Saturday morning, probably Sunday as well. I'm not usually used to taking days off, and there's not one tomorrow. So I'll be back at it, hard at work, and I'll see y'all soon. So take care, stay safe, and thanks for showing up tonight. Peace out.